Happy 2025 guys, and hello and welcome everyone to Let's Play Tomb Raider 3 Remastered. This is Elgaris115 speaking, and let me welcome you to what seemingly is an absolutely gorgeous level, but the further down we go, the uglier it will get. I'm of course talking about Thames Wharf. In today's first level of the London chapter of the game, we are gonna get our hands on all 5 secrets, on all 8 crystals, the remaining 32 goodies. We are also, let me just take a look at the notes here, we are gonna land all 26 kills and unlock this level's one and only achievement, I'm just local. This will involve us speedrunning the level and reaching the very exit in under 1 minute. And I'm gonna show that to you as a bonus at the very end. I feel like we really appreciate shortcuts after we really experience a level 100% kind of way. You know what I mean? Wouldn't really appreciate the shortcut if I was to just do it at the beginning, would we? But you can of course use the chapters in this video to skip to that if you're interested. And we are also gonna progress via the Flying Fox achievement via using a zipline right underneath us, the 5th one of this game. Now guys, you wanna know something funny? The 6th zipline is inside the St. Paul's Cathedral. Well, sort of. So here's the thing. The 6th and final zipline of the game is inside the level called All Hollows, which is a bonus level you'll get to access for finding all secrets in the game. So that includes India, Nevada, South Pacific, London and Antarctica epilogue. But the level itself actually takes place here right after we finish Thames Wharf. However, and this is a decision the original core era devs have made, the level felt unfinished, not ready, didn't meet certain quality standards, so they cut it, and they sort of gave us the leftovers as a secret bonus at the very end of the game. But Lara will in fact get to experience the All Hollows level and the 6th zipline before moving on to the Old Witch level, okay? Just wanted to make that very clear, and I find that really funny, but also frustrating. I was hoping, if anything, that the remastered version of the game would allow us to experience the story properly, you know, Thames Wharf, All Hollows, Old Witch, Ludsgate City, then move on to Antarctica, but they wanted to respect the original vision, which is fair enough. I hope one of these days I'll find a mod that places All Hollows level in between Thames Wharf and Old Witch. That's what I really hope. Anyway, enough talking guys, I want to show you the first secret of the game. Oh, that looked way cooler in my head, but let's see. Ooh, nice. And doing it this way, we avoided taking small falling damage, which is absolutely awesome. So this right here is not the secret yet. Oh no, we'll have to work harder for that. We'll have to work really hard for everything in Thames Wharf. Now guys, I'm sorry, I don't really tend to do that. I don't really want to complain about me playing a part of a game that I don't like. You know, it's, well, why the hell am I making a video about it then, kind of thing. But if there's a part of a game or a level specifically I would complain about, it's this one. I despise the Thames Wharf level. I hate it with great passion. Everything it does so badly. Now make no mistake, I know the St. Paul's Cathedral looks really gorgeous, and it's a really interesting switch from the more South Pacific natural environments to be again in a heavy urban setting. That's why I like to pace the game, you know, Nevada, South Pacific, and then London finally, not just because of the difficulty curve, and yes, London levels will be far more difficult than anything we've seen in Maduba Gorge, but also it doesn't really get visually more appealing. In fact, as we progress, it will get visually less and less appealing. I would even say appalling. I don't know why I'm so proud of that. Anyway, so, oh, be careful, by the way, the barbed wire works like spikes. Nothing like our favorite mandatory damage. Lara just scratched her favorite catsuit. By the way, I'm not even a fan of her catsuit. That's how much I dislike this level, because Lara has short sleeves. Why does she have short sleeves? What's the point of a catsuit then? My god, I guess we'll have to wait to Tomb Raider Chronicles Remastered for us to have a proper catsuit, which I really like. Anywho, she'll also have a bit of a different backpack with that catsuit, which I think makes sense. I mean, wearing her classic brown backpack with this kind of catsuit, it just doesn't make any sense. Anywho, let's use the crane to get back here and onto the beginning of the level. Now, I'm probably gonna touch on a couple of points why I hate this level with great passion as we reach them. I just don't want to overwhelm you with, you know, complaints and negativity and whining and that sort of thing. Oh, by the way, one thing I'm gonna overwhelm you with is how the dome of St. Paul's Cathedral over here looked in the OG version. I mean, this part was really fine. It's the top that I have a bit of an issue with. I don't understand it. They finally fixed it. This also reminds me of the promotional art used for Tomb Raider 3. I had a poster quite like this in my kids' room back in late 90s, early 2000s. So this really takes me back. It took them over 2 decades to release a remaster to give it any justice. And by the way, it took them the last major patch number 4 to put this cross and the proper dome on St. Paul's Cathedral, which is really cool. Shortly after release, this is not what it looked like, okay? Although still pretty close. On the other side, we have some more interesting textures. These are the sort of English, I think, Edwardian era brick houses. You guys from England can maybe correct me. I love this architecture so much. Now, I haven't lived in London myself, despite the fact I've been there frequently, but in Canterbury, and I lived during my first year at university in a house quite like this. Although, to be fair, it was a university-owned property, and I was lucky. My god, I was so incredibly lucky to get a spot there. Now, to be fair, it was very disappointing from the inside, and essentially my bed took 1/2 of my entire room. But it was cozy, you know what I mean? And it did the job, I don't want to complain. I saved up a lot of money on that accommodation. So anywho, let's make a jump over here and land on this square, not there, because we could sort of overslide and fall into our death. Now, one thing I hate about this level and despise is this bloody railing all over the place. All it does is it blocks your progress. There's also this random platform here with railing which serves no purpose. There's a ladder here with another platform with rails which serve no purpose, and this completely visually misleads you into telegraphing what's an objective, whereas it's not. There's even barbed wire there, making you think, oh, maybe that's an obstacle we need to overcome. Just forget everything Tomb Raiders have ever taught you and throw it out of the window for this level's design. My god, it's so bad. Oh, by the way, picture time. There is a crow I want to take a picture of with the medpack. That's going to be really cute, I think. So, let's do this. Okay, yeah, all my pictures in the original graphics just don't turn out right, okay? Now, crows we haven't really seen before. Only vultures, if I'm not mistaken. And we extended the platform over there to allow us to grab it and climb into the middle part of this level. But that's going to be a very stressful situation. Oh, yeah, and by the way, the 5th zipline for the Flying Fox achievement will now very shortly be in the bag. Ah, there we go. Awesome. Now let's release and re-grab and shimmy and climb up immediately, and we are gonna be facing a mercenary. Now, these guys functionally behave just like the commandos from Area 51. See, they even have a backpack. I would like to take a picture from a bit of a different angle. You know, the light will actually work fine, I think. Let's do it. Maybe from up here. Yeah, I'm gonna take a picture like this. The derpy faces in the original graphics. I really think they improved upon the faces a lot in the remasters. I mean, they're not perfect by any means, but look at this. Oh my god, that also used to creep me out when I was a kid. And I think I'm gonna go for grenade launcher with this one. Our final 2 grenades, because we're at the risk of being pushed down, and I don't appreciate that. Nice! Okay. I was really worried about missing a shot with that grenade, but thankfully that did not happen. Okay, let's leave the switch alone for now, and we are gonna enter, I think, the most boring area of all 3 games. It's a warehouse with a whole lot of nothing, and a completely random breakaway tile to ruin your day. But at least breakaway tiles make my day, because it means we get to count some breakables. Yay! Not sure why I find that exciting. Now, it takes a bit of a leap of faith with a low ceiling here, but yeah, we can absolutely reach the other side. I'm not even sure this is the intended way. I'm not sure about anything when it comes to this level. And you know what? Let's immediately take a picture of the rats over here, because these are... We've already encountered them in the first secret, but these are in a sense also a new enemy. And of course, the OG graphics mean you will see absolutely nothing. My goodness. It wasn't this bad in the original PC version. You could actually see everything brightly. Although that's because they messed things up somewhat, but it led to a better experience. In the remasters, they went to sort of respect the original dynamic lighting of the PlayStation 1. Okay, At the end of this corridor is another mercenary. By the way, transparent windows, how cool is that? And we're gonna just charge him and shout. I heard that never fails, so... Ah, Lara! Out of the way! These guys do take revenge potshots upon dying, just like commandos in Area 51. Now that was a pretty cool assault. I think we took some damage, but hey, that's fine. And we can kind of get a glimpse of St. Paul's through these windows. Yeah, sort of, they're really dirty. They were fully transparent in the original version of the game, which, by the way, that was not a bonus, that was more like a lack of environmental detail. Now, I'm really grateful for the few lights that are here, but flares, we are not done with you. Oh, not by a long shot. There's a button here, you can kind of see the red light, at least in the remastered graphics. In the OGs, I could never find this button, I would always forget about it completely. Okay, and there is an alcove with completely random harpoons, and I remember that in my original 2017 run, where I took down Mama T-Rex with MP5 clips, meaning I used most of my ammo, I used a harpoon gun to take down rats in this level, which I just find funny. But we don't have to do that here. By the way, make a forward somersault from a crawl and you will take no damage when falling down. This was not possible in the original version of the game, so I'm really happy about this. And you know what, let's light up another flare. Now, in the remastered graphics, you can kind of see the items glow in the dark. In the OGs, no such luck. Yeah, actually this is something I preferred about the originals. You'd really have to look for the items. Here they're all just glowing like this. I don't know. Feels like the exploration is slightly less rewarding, but you know what? Good thing for new players, really. Accessibility feature, I guess. And now I'm gonna take a sip of my morning coffee whilst we climb this ladder. And the taste of the coffee for some reason reminded me of Broken Sword 2 Smoking Mirror, a game I also covered on my channel. I'm not sure, guys, if you've ever played it, heard about it, that sort of thing. I know that many of you had a demo on your demo disc for PlayStation 1 version of the game, where part of the game took down in Marseille warehouses area. And Thames Wharf level really reminds me of that part of the game. Except, unlike Thames Wharf, that part of the game was actually fun to play. But this, no such luck. Okay, so we have to go down yet again. And this time, we can just make a running jump to the low corner over there, climb up, and go back to where we killed the mercenary. By the way, I haven't really talked about what we pick up. The flue room key. And I remember in my original LP, I had no bloody clue what a flue is. As you can probably tell, English is not my first, nor even second language. Now, it seems to be a place of chimney or fireplaces or that sort of thing through which a gas escapes, or smoke, I think is a better expression than gas. And now I know, and it... My god, that flare almost killed us. I was about to say, now that I know what flue is, it makes a lot of sense, because we'll be redirecting a fire flow. Now there's a crow over here. Well, I say over here, I actually have no bloody clue where. This crow is annoying, because it can get stuck, but you never really know where. Oh my god, this is making me nervous. And it can also absolutely push us down. Lara, your aim was atrocious, but the crow is at least down. And now I can finally safely show you the second secret. So use this ledge to just shimmy all the way to the right. You can make a pit stop for shotgun shells here, absolutely. These do not count as a secret yet, it's the ones on the right, okay? And then we'll just have to shimmy all the way back. You can kind of let go and use the slippery slope underneath, but that will incur lots of damage. In my younger days, I used to think that's the intended way to descend down, but no, absolutely not. Okay, and that's the secret chime we want to hear. Every single secret bringing us closer to that bonus All Hallows level and the Flying Fox achievements. Guys, did I mention I don't like this level? Oh yeah, let me tell you something new. I don't like this level. It's so boring. It's not even challenging, really. Most of the challenge comes down to trial and error and you just falling in random places. Guys, I have died about 15 times when I practiced this on my PS4. I'm not even joking. And I'm someone who has played through this level at least 10 times over the course of his life. 10 times isn't as much, but, you know, I'm not as experienced with Tomb Raider 3 as I'm with Tomb Raider 2, for example. Okay, and let's press the button over here. Now you might be thinking, what the hell did we just achieve? We raised a glass panel somewhere else completely. So this is an interesting alleyway. We are never gonna reach the bottom. Falling down means certain doom. That's not the objective anyway. There is a painter's platform, which... Okay, this is a really cute environmental detail, which we need to use to raise it so that we'll be able to reach this part of the level. Eventually. What we really want to do is raise the painter's platform so we can enter this room using the flue key we have just collected and redirecting the flow of fire. Thanks to redirected flow of fire, we'll be able to reach this tunnel safely and make it across deeper into the level. But for that, we'll need to interact with the button whose glass panel we have just unlocked all the way at the top of this area. Are you guys confused yet? I really can't blame you if you are. Heck, I'm confused and I even know what to do. Oh, this level. Something about it really gets me. What's also super counterintuitive is that in order to get up now where we need to go down, but not the alleyway here, that would mean certain death. Instead, the main area where we began. But be very careful, do not climb out of this one. This is fake, and it will either kill you outright or cause absolutely massive health damage. Just to annoy you further, you have to go around the corner like this. Isn't that wonderful? You want to know something cool? We're gonna be repeating this exact process all over again. Anywho, let's cheer ourselves up. Lara not with harpoon gun, with MP5. There is a mercenary at the end. Thankfully he doesn't know about us yet, so we get the first shot. Thankfully we were in a safe distance, so he couldn't even take revenge potshots at us. That's awesome. Behind the crate over here, completely randomly, couple of Uzis. By the way, we really could use Uzis. We still haven't gotten them. That's infuriating. And a crystal and a box of flares. That's all there is down there. The mercenary himself, whose corpse disappeared for whatever reason. What is this Tomb Raider for? He drops absolutely nothing. Okay, just wanted to make that very clear. Nice. And... could have made a backflip, I guess. That'd be really cool. Anywho. Opportunity for a coolness factor increase missed. How will I ever live with myself? Now remember, our objective is to get all the way up to sort of the very beginning of the level, but not quite. I'm making this more confusing, am I not? So we are in the middle level, but behind this railing, which essentially prevented us from just going here all together, okay? And we, of course, because of the railing, cannot use it to get there. Maybe we can make a running jump from here into the secret crawl space over here? But I think my way of getting the secret is much safer and more reliable. Anywho, couple of ladders before we climb all the way up. And I'm honestly bored just thinking about all the ladder climbing we have to do. Oh, who thought this is a good idea? Okay, maybe I shouldn't have practiced for this level on PS4, PS5, GOG and now recorded on Steam, but if it's gonna result in a faster playthrough and less mishaps, I think it's a worthwhile sacrifice. Guys, let me know in the comments, please. What is your most disliked level of Tomb Raider 3 so far, in case you haven't played through the whole thing, or overall if you have? I kind of want to know if my low rating of Thames Wharf level is maybe a bit harsh, but I don't think so. And now, remember, we were here in the very beginning, and because of this railing, we cannot sort of normally get down onto the roof here over here. And of course, the level design would mislead you that this is monkey swingable, but no. Of course not. So instead, using this completely random ledge with a random ladder and another random platform with no point or purpose because of the high railing, we just need to make a running jump and hopefully not take falling damage, thank goodness. So we are now here, again, just a random piece of railing here, but get this, not here. Why? I don't know. Nothing about this level makes any sense. This is where we took the picture of the first crow, remember? And now we're gonna use this to shimmy all the way across. Now I feel like I should save the game soon because I haven't done so already and I might regret repeating everything horribly, but hopefully that will not happen. I also have a call in around 40 minutes or so, so I need to wrap things up rather quickly. I originally planned to have time off up until 7th of January, but, you know, work has a way of finding its way to you. But since I'm self-employed, more work, that's a good thing, I don't want to complain about that. Now, oh, Union Jack flags. Oh, that's really cute. These are the same ones used in Lara's home. I don't know why, that just cheers me up. It's a little reminder that yes, you are in London and Lara is absolutely a local. So let's go all the way here and now immediately turn, for there'll be a crow ambushing you. And sometimes they will make noise, sometimes they'll be completely quiet. Oh, you want to know something funny? The button that lifted the glass panel showed us a camera angle what happened. But the button here will show you nothing. Isn't this wonderful? That's brilliant. Chef's kiss design. I mean, you're supposed to know that this button moves the painter's platform. There's not even noise to tell you that. My god, what were they thinking? You need to be extremely observant to notice that it's slightly higher than it was before. I mean, who would notice this without knowing in advance? I mean, okay, maybe I underestimate you guys and you would, but I absolutely wouldn't. Let's make a running, grabbing jump. Oh my god, I heard hey. Oh, son of a bitch. What's worse, there's now a crow, and we are at a risk of being pushed. Whew, okay, we got really lucky there. It might not look like luck, but usually that crow gets stuck forever. I never managed to dispatch it so quickly. So mercenary in a crow ambush is not enough to bring us down. Again, that sounded way more impressive in my mind, but anyway. Let's enter the flue, where all the smoke goes through, or so I'm led to believe. With a crystal and a button. And this, my friends, will redirect a flow of fire. Now, you might be confused and seeing this for the first time, and that's because I'm trying to be efficient and not take you to areas where we cannot make progress yet. But this fire has been blocking our progress to corridor, I explained a bit earlier. This is really easy, by the way, not as scary as you might think to avoid those fires. Okay, back onto the safety of the painter's platform, and the fire that we deactivated is indeed inside this corridor that up until now was burning brightly. And this is how we would access it via this corner over here. See, we entered here, but we want to go here. Furthermore, behind it is the way to the third secret, which is where I'm gonna take you next. But in order for us to do that, guess what, guys? Oh yes, you thought we're done with the main area? No, we're never gonna be done with the main area. Now, we have to again enter the crawl space, again make it all the way down. Turn the corner here, because we cannot just somersault forward. Oh no, that'd be forbidden. This level overstays its welcome. And the thing is, I feel like it overstays its welcome from the first 5 minutes. Ever since we got our hands on the first secret, I already felt fatigued by the level design. It's just not good or fun, for that matter. Okay, so let's climb a couple of ladders. Now, if you guys know of a faster way to reach the very top, maybe somehow even from the painter's platform, do let us all know in the comments, pretty please. I keep learning so much from you guys in every video, which is kind of amazing. I consider myself a veteran, and I do feel like I have above average knowledge about these games. But still, there are some obscure pieces of information, shortcuts, ways to increase our completionist percentage even higher, that without you guys I would never ever have figured out just from the original sources alone, and that's absolutely awesome. It's what makes us all better in the process. Okay. The final ladder, not of the level, don't worry. If you love climbing ladders in classic Tomb Raiders, oh, this level has you covered. Absolutely. I still haven't saved, and I'm getting a wee bit scared. I mean, I'm kind of even thinking, what if I would only save at the very end? Because I've practiced for this like devil, you know what I mean? Oh my god, my pride is gonna be my downfall. Okay. And now, let's just shimmy into that corner again. But the good news is, guys, and really the only thing keeping me from losing my mind and crying, is that we never ever have to see this area again, okay? Once we're gonna traverse this corner, cut it, and then climb up. By the way, the moment we touched the painter's platform, after we moved it up slightly, and we got ambushed by the crow and the mercenary, don't worry, the mercenary drops absolutely nothing, so you don't have to go back to the area where he was. Oh, by the way, cool bit of detailing. See that plastic tapestry over there? It wasn't there in the original. It's just a really cool bit of detail. Now, why would they put any kind of detail in a complete random area in the distance? Well, it's because we'll get really close towards the end of the level, or also, using an original shortcut I knew about, you can even do this essentially. Remember where the crow ambushed us next to the painter's platform, that sort of thing? What you can instead do is climb up here. Now, this is a slippery slope that will lead you to your death, but if you jump and tilt Lara to the left, you can reach the area over here, then drop here, and also reach the level end, okay? But for that, you even need to make it to this area from the beginning, which will take a while, so there's a much better shortcut on that way that I have in mind for the I'm just a local achievement, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So, shotgun shells, that's not a secret yet. And let's just try not to fall down to our death. I don't know why they made half the square over there slippery. Just as an extra hazard, those bastards. Anywho, picking up the rocket over here. That's the secret. And we could absolutely use rockets after our faceless death encounter with Puna. Okay. And now... let's just take in the view. That's at least something to cheer us up in this depressing level. Let's make it here, and I'm gonna again make a safety crawl forward, but make sure to do it on the right side of the square. Because this is angled slightly, this will prevent you from taking falling damage. Actually, maybe any part of the square would be fine, using the crawl forward. And here we are in the middle part of this alley of death with the painter's platform. Finally! And we can barely see anything. Let's make a grabbing jump so we don't hit Lara's head. And I seem to remember there being a large medpack somewhere. Oh, that's right. Now we should also be ambushed by a couple of rats. Is that right? Yes, indeed. Aw, how cute. And now, my friends, we have essentially only reached the second half of the level. Did I mention it's huge? Now, I like long levels, but I don't like boring levels. That's a cardinal sin. And we have just killed an innocent security guard, although he did come firing his pistol at us. What the hell were we supposed to do? Shouldn't he try to question us, aim, you know, give us a few warning shots, anything like that? Guys, let me know what security guys are like in England, in case you're a local, pretty please. Okay, now how on earth would I explain this puzzle? Because I don't just want to do... Okay, I'm gonna show you the most efficient order, of course, that's what I always do, but I also want to try to help you understand the rationale behind everything. So, first of all, we have a pool of water over here with a trapdoor underneath, okay? To open the trapdoor in this first cistern, this first pool of water, we'll need to pull an underwater lever inside the the second one over here, just around the corner. Unfortunately, oh, that's a really cool camera angle. That will actually trick people into falling down. I wanted to say I appreciate it, but I just realized what its real purpose is. I don't. Evil, evil devs. So we need to press the underwater lever here and get our hands on two goodies safely. Falling is not an option here. So what we essentially need to do is we just need to press a switch that we'll be using, I think, overall 3 times in order to fill them up with water and be able to do it safely. However, the water itself also kind of moves in between the 2 cisterns. What's more, there are 2 more cisterns that we don't have an access to. Yeah, that's a massive amount of water moving everywhere. Furthermore, we'll be making gradual progress to uncover the 2 glass panels blocking 2 more buttons. And as we're making progress, more security guards will gradually appear here, okay? So, we can absolutely swim to the 3rd cistern, but we don't want to do that yet. First things first. Small medpack, more Uzi clips, but still no Uzis, which drives me crazy. By the way, maybe I can use the photo mode just to show you what would happen if we try to do this. And yes, you could absolutely see an opening in the ceiling over there that's gonna serve as a way back. This, my friends, is a 3rd cistern, which leads to the 4th. There's another trapdoor and a door over there. And you know what? This is where I'm gonna stop and not to confuse you any further. And now that we opened it up, we need to go back to the 1st cistern. However, you might be thinking, okay, the trapdoor's open, the path is clear. That's not entirely true. Underneath that trapdoor are a couple of fans that spin so quickly that we'll get shredded to pieces, which actually makes a lot of sense. So instead, what we'll want to do before taking a dunk in the first cistern is again repress this switch over here. This is going to be the second time we'll press it to its original position, and this will make the fans spin slightly slower, allowing us a safe passage through the trapdoor, okay? Now again, this is one of those things, if you don't know in advance, you're kind of screwed. Furthermore, you might be thinking you did something wrong because... Oh, we almost took falling damage there, not good. Because if you swim down here... This is the most stupid part of the level. Look at this. They are still spinning around like crazy despite the fact we pressed the switch, but this is a bug that's been also present in the original. You need to cross this threshold and they'll automatically slow down. However, they will not slow down if you haven't pressed the switch, okay? And my god, I have a lot of trouble getting there. This is so stupid because what it telegraphs to the player is that they did something wrong or they need to go back and flick the switch, but that's not the case. And this bug is one of the reasons I've been stuck here for so long when I was a kid. Now, if you use the middle tile to climb up, you can completely avoid triggering a security guard if you're not interested in all the kills. However, you know me. And there he is. Okay, he missed with those revenge shots, and yeah, these guys also take him. Oh, by the way, these are also a new enemy type that I haven't taken a picture of. I mean, we'll get plenty of opportunities in the last gate level as well, but... Oh my god, I forgot about you. Ah! I can't believe I'm being ambushed by rats, and successfully. There should be another one. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's make it here. And imagine what it was like to play Thames Wharf without the... crawling somersault. How slow it was. Oh my goodness. Anywho, let's use the ladder to... Okay, I can't remember now. I think go down, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully this will not be a flare death. Oh, thank god. Oh, okay. We are gonna enter part of the level, which I actually like and appreciate. And it involves a maze with a robot. Okay, this is really cute, and I wish it wouldn't be so bloody dark so that I could actually show you things. But there is a circuit box over here that needs to be destroyed. Not by pistols or anything like that, but by a robot. And there it is, and might I just say, it looks really adorable. It just moves around this maze, spinning. Of course, if it comes into contact with you, you are absolutely gonna die. And we want to avoid that. So I'm gonna take a picture. Look pretty good, even in the OG graphics. Not much change there. And the way this robot works is that it constantly moves forward whilst hugging every left edge possible. And it keeps turning 90 degrees, always with an emphasis on its left side. Once you understand this, it's very easy to trap it and lead it into the circuit box over here, where it's gonna fry itself and allow us to progress, okay? So I actually like this part of the level. I think it's really cool, and to confuse the robot... Lara, why are you climbing? I'm not even holding up. We are gonna use this block, but now thankfully, should the robot come into contact with this block, it will not fry Lara alive. Even though I feel it should, because it's a metal mesh. But anyway, let's not question the logic. Let's just be happy that it works. Okay, and now let's push it back once more. And now I think we'll need to really quickly climb up. Oh no, no, no! Uh-oh. I got a bit cocky there, didn't I? And guys, you know what this means? This means I will have to replay the whole level from the start. Oh no, I did not save. To be fair, this is my own pride talking. You know what? Let's use the restart level screen, and let's use the opportunity to appreciate some of the stamps we collected to cheer myself up. You know what? No, this isn't working. This isn't cheering me up at all. Okay, I'm gonna see you guys back at this spot. I'm gonna save at the beginning of this maze. Okay guys, here we are back again, and look, I just wanna brag, I made a lovely save right over here. But look at our time. 19 minutes this time around, let's make the most out of it. So, back to the murderous, although absolutely adorable robot. I just can't be mad at this thing. I mean, it's absolutely adorable. So, let's pull this block back up. And sorry guys, I'm gonna light a flare as soon as I can. It's just the drawing and throwing flare animations can make the difference between life and death here, since we need to be pulling and pushing the block real quick. And here's how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna instead push the block into that corner from this side rather than pulling it from that one. It was a fundamental mistake I made. By the way, there's a button which will enable you to turn lights on in this area. However, how would I put it? It's on the other side of the room, and it would just delay this whole process unnecessarily, okay? Okay, Lara's now probably throwing a flare. Let's light a new one. No? No, Lara? Okay, well, whatever. Now let's see if I can make this before the murderous robot will come from that direction. Okay. Let's wait for him to just hug all the corners. Now that is a close call. And then immediately push the block once more, okay? And we should just about make it. Now, in case you guys are wondering, okay, what happens to the robot in case you start pulling a block onto square that he's entering? The moment the first animation frame of pulling or pushing starts, the robot already thinks the block is in that place, okay? So you don't have to worry. And guys, because we place the block like this, the robot will now essentially hug it and enter facing the fuse box. We've essentially solved the puzzle. We just need to give him some time, and let's turn the lights on, although a little bit late, but it's most time efficient. And you know what? I want to go back there and see it happen in action. We don't want to miss this. Ah, poor thing. I don't know why I like this robot so much, despite the fact it's been the root cause of our death in this level, and me having to repeat it. And there you go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So again, don't make the same mistake I did. Make sure to push it there from this side, not pull it from the other side, and your back will not be exposed to the murderous but adorable little robot, okay? So, using this ladder, we are gonna climb all the way back up into the control room, okay? As you could have seen during the cutscene, the trapdoor into the control room dropped, and this is where the ladder leads, so it's kind of nicely connected actually. And now, the tricky part about this is that not only do we need to press this button, and by the way, absolutely summon a security guard. Ooh, really dodged a bullet. Oh, I still haven't taken a picture of these guys. My god, so many new enemies. But also, for the final time, we are gonna press this switch and change the water levels. You might be thinking, well, what the hell did we achieve by that? It will all make sense. We've essentially flooded the third cistern, allowing us to swim across it, okay? But first, we have also... we should have the second cistern flooded. Wonderful. And this way we can even swim to the corridor that leads to the third cistern, which before I only showed you via photo mode, okay? There we go, and it's entirely flooded. Now you can see the danger max level signs. Those were there in the original as well, but we can absolutely ignore those. There is a trapdoor we need to open down there. Don't worry, no more murderous fans or anything like that. Be careful, security guard number, what is it, 4 now, will come running. And you know what, let's shotgun this guy, and I'm not missing up an opportunity to take a picture. I feel like this is a pretty good one. Let's do it like this, and of course, the OG graphics mean darkness, and you're not gonna see anything. There we go. I think we avoided getting shot somehow, his aim was not the best. Now thankfully this guy comes running out of a control room. That's gonna help us out a lot. Via pressing the button, we have opened up the second glass panel, okay? Now the tricky part is getting back, since the whole place now has no water whatsoever. Now if you can somehow make a swan dive into this tile, you are good and you can continue the level. But given the railing everywhere, I'm not really sure that's possible. Okay, the flare here doesn't help that much. Oh my god. What is it? Is it this square? Oh yeah. Why couldn't it just be monkey swingable bars all the way across? Why does it have to be like this and go around the corner? I truly do not know. But we are in fact supposed to monkey swing all the way across to maintenance tunnel. Lara, why did you start turning on your own? That was odd. And of course, the moment we drop, there'll be rats, okay? But I think Lara will prioritize dropping the flare. Oh, that's it. Both of them are down. Now a crawl space with a small medpack. Again, impossible to see in the OG graphics. Unsurprising, really. And I'm not entirely sure, but I think this might be the penultimate crystal. Now, I don't think there's anything behind this door, no? Nor here, but for some reason they thought it's a good idea to make them close, both of them behind us. I do not frankly understand why. Okay, and you know what? We want to land in the water, not on the solid squares, so let's do this. Yay! And now... we need to make it back. By the way, careful, there's gonna be a guard lurking around the corner. This is what we've been picking up all those shotgun shells for. Again, if an enemy takes no more than 2 shotgun shells to beat, they're an excellent target. Oh, we got hit, how unfortunate. Okay, but we've done such an excellent job conserving our health the entire time that we've allowed that to ourselves. Now, we are done with the switch that we've pressed for 3 times. Let's just focus on the one with a blaring alarm over here. That's the second one with the glass panel revealed. And now, what we should be able to achieve is to essentially swim back into the third cistern, which should now be flooded with water and the trapdoor open. And this is the sequence of switches, guys. So all you need to think about is press every button behind the glass panel only once, but also press the normal switch that's accessible from the get-go 3 times over the course of this puzzle. And that's essentially it. The trapdoor is now open, no fans to get in our way. And in fact, we'll get a glimpse of something we'll be seeing often in the Lutz Gate level, and that's diamond-shaped corridors to swim through. There's gonna be an entire underwater maze 2 levels from now on. I'm really curious about how I'll be doing that, but what's gonna make that maze a lot of fun is an underwater vehicle, which I actually love. I feel like I'm the only person in the whole Tomb Raider community who loves the underwater propulsion vehicle, and I will always defend it. Okay, and guys, we find ourselves amongst a couple of ancient Roman ruins, which makes a lot of sense. London was heavily sort of built upon and improved upon in many ways, or you could also say colonized by the Roman Empire on the British Isles during their invasion. And there are still many leftover ruins in London in sort of more underground areas. That's not a myth. A lot of modern London is actually built upon Roman ruins, which is really cool. And this right here is the first secret. We've been above there, we killed 2 rats, picked up a rocket and a medpack, and we could see a glimpse of the ruins. We finally made it here. Pretty cool, no? There's nothing on the other side here, nor in the alcoves, despite the fact that you could see the lights as guiding our way. By the way, these are a new addition to the remastered version of the game, just as an extra light source, which is really neat. Now, I just want to do a quick inventory check. Do we have grenades? We have a shotgun though. Okay, I'm gonna default to our shotgun again, because the moment we climb up here, there's not gonna be a security guard, but instead, mercenary. Well, mercenaries at least I don't feel bad about killing. Oh. Okay. Okay. We avoided a full burst of bullets, so that's good. He was guarding, I think, the last crystal of the level, and now be very careful, there's barbed wire, so essentially spikes underneath. We want to climb up and finally make it to the rooftop of St. Paul's Cathedral. Well, sort of, almost, but you can already see a glimpse over the crane in the distance. This is how close we are to the level beginning. And unfortunately, our favorite, more mandatory damage. Yay! Don't you just love this? Maybe this is possible to reach even without grabbing, but I wasn't willing to take that risk. Having saved next to the robot. Okay. And now we will have to take yet more mandatory damage. I think Lara's catsuit must be all torn up from all the barbed wire. Really not great. Especially if she's naked underneath it, where's nothing else, then that's a good way to get infection, really, from all the barbed wire. Anywho, let's slide down and be very careful. So what I'm doing is trying to get my hands on the Desert Eagle clips. The only safe place is right in this corner. The trick here is to hold action as you're falling, and Lara should align herself correctly. And now it's a bit of a long walk all the way there. And I guess we could preserve health by walking all the way back, but I'm gonna be a bit cocky. Since we are doing so well health-wise... Oh, this doesn't incur damage! This entire time I was convinced we need to walk back. Oh, that's good to know. Huh. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. This risk paid off. Now, there are gonna be two mercenaries, one coming from the inside, one from around the corner, or they might also both decide to come around the corner, or from the inside of St. Paul's Dome. So just stay here, and be on the lookout for both of these, okay? So that we can snipe them immediately. I don't know where they're gonna come from earlier, or maybe it's an even better idea to just go here. This way they cannot corner us. Oh. Should be a safe range to be safe from revenge pot shots. And let's see where the other one comes from. If he's gonna come from inside the dome, then I would like to actually sprint towards him. But I think his pathfinding just didn't fully kick in. Oh, come on, it's not all that difficult. Ah, let's just find the guy. Now, MP5's not a great choice for up close, but hey, I'm running out of patience. Oh! And around the corner to avoid revenge pawn shots. Awesome. Oh, there's a construction area littering in there. That's what it was in the original? I have never noticed. By the way, guys, something I haven't talked about, the skybox. So here's the thing. They did a really good job of giving us the feeling we are in a heavily populated city, but nothing about the skybox says London to me. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but there's nothing London about this. They moved the moon over there to be behind St. Paul's. That's a good choice. In the OGs, the moon was sickly green. I never understood that. But here I see glimpses of the Tower of London, what I assume is the Parliament building in Westminster, and a hint of a Tower Bridge. At least that's how my imagination interprets this. But nothing about this kind of skybox says London, so that's a bit of a bummer. Okay, so a couple of things. We have some unfinished business inside the Dome of St. Paul's. There is a pillar we can absolutely move and cause more irreparable damage to property of historical value and significance. Although I think St. Paul's Cathedral was built in 18th century, so it's still relatively new, much newer than most of the ruins Lara gets to on her business. Now, what I want to get my hands to, you can absolutely climb on this roof over here. The one on the opposite side is slippery, but there is a large medpack hidden over here. And if by some miracle you manage to make this jump, you know what? This requires perfect alignment. You need to overcome a slippery slope, but unless you're angled absolutely perfectly and keep holding forward, Lara will slide back. And over here, we picked up the so-called cathedral key. This is really interesting. I think this is the only secret in Tomb Raider 3 that's triggered via a pickup, like it used to be in Tomb Raider 2, rather than, you know, touching a tile. So, we got the so-called cathedral key, and this is, guys, exactly what I was talking about at the beginning of the level. The All Hollows bonus secret level is a cut content made playable after you beat the game. The cathedral key over here was supposed to make St. Paul's Cathedral accessible as part of the London chapter of the main game. And I was just really, really hoping the remasters would re-implement it like this. I bet there were discussions about this, but look, I understand the Saber dev's position. They would be, you know, scrutinized to hell for changing anything that's sacred about the originals. And then there's people like me who are like, oh guys, you missed an opportunity. You're never gonna make everyone happy, and I completely understand that. Now over here is, in my case, the final secret of the level, the fifth one, with just a large medpack. But who needs medpacks, am I right? Okay, I don't know how long I'll be doing this no medpacks run for, but there's gonna be at least one level in Antarctica where using a large medpack, or maybe just a small one, we'll see, is a necessity because of a particularly poorly designed navigational puzzle, but later about that. If we just use that medpack there, then I'm gonna be incredibly happy, but we'll see. Oh, by the way, cool bit of detail, the shadow cast by the fence over here. Oh, that's really neat. I like this a lot. And my friends, I'm gonna make a save here. Remember, the moment we cross this threshold, we are gonna beat the level. So let me save here. So this is gonna be the second time we save. 50th, not bad, since we are halfway through the game. And let's see who the hell are all these mercenaries gunning for us working for. Heck, maybe even the security guards were on the same person's payroll, who knows.
Who are you working for?
What?
You heard me.
I didn't, honest. What did you say?
I said, who employs you?
Ah! Miss Sophia Lee!
Who's she? What does she do?
I don't know. Really, I don't. I just shoot people for her.
A commendable work ethic, I guess.
Yeah, I put my hours into it, as my father did and his father did afore.
Well, how old is this Miss Lee?
I don't know. Late 20s, early 30s.
Right.
Yeah, for some people, like yourself, we get a special bonus.
I'm flattered.
I mean, I could even be retiring from you.
Then you might like to mind the bell. Happy retirement.
And there we go, Lara takes the slide into the All Hollows level. Unfortunately, I'm really only gonna be able to show that to you once we beat the game with all secrets. Maybe in my Let's Play playlist I'll put the All Hollows level here once that video is done, before Aldwych, we'll see. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, where it's not done yet, but I'd like to celebrate the fact that we found all 5 secrets, all 8 crystals, all 32 remaining goodies, and landed all 26 kills. We avoided using medpacks, which wasn't all that difficult, and broke a breakable object. Way! Not as exciting as I imagined originally. So, we also touched the 5th zipline for the Flying Fox achievement, but there's still one achievement that I'd like to show you before we say goodbye. By the way, one thing I'd like to talk about, I mean, I absolutely adore this cutscene, it's really hilarious. The fact that the mercenary was talking about his father and his father before him doing this line of work, what that was supposed to hint was that his father and his grandfather both worked for Sophia Lee, who is in her late 20s and early 30s, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? Also, that's why Lara just didn't believe a word of what he said, but he's actually correct. Now, I don't think this idea is really telegraphed well in this cutscene, because the way I understood it, before was, oh, so his father and grandfather were just mercenaries for hire. I didn't understand that they were working for the same employer. That's not what was made clear to me in the cutscene. So this is just not written all that well. Nevertheless, it's funny. Lara is once again fully in control of the situation, like she always is. I absolutely love this. Reminded me of her interrogation of Larson at the end of Tomb of Qualopec, so absolutely glorious one. And by the way guys, not sure if you noticed this, even in Temple Ruins cutscene and even here, whenever Lara fires her guns in these cutscenes, that's the Tomb Raider 2 pistol sound effect, not the Tomb Raider 3 sound effect. It seems these cutscenes were ready far earlier, before they, towards the end of the development, changed the sound effect for Lara's pistols to be more punchier and realistic, right? So those guns of hers make the Tomb Raider 2 sound effect. I just find that interesting. I honestly wish this is something that would be touched up by the remasters, but oh well. Anyway guys, that's all my thoughts for now. Now I'm gonna see you back at the beginning of the Thames Wharf level, where I'm gonna show you how to beat it under 1 minute and unlock the I'm Just a Local achievement. Alright then, here we go. So, the trick to this, more than anything, is to learn the wonderful secrets of walk to running jump. So hold the walk key and immediately transition into running jump. At the last possible second, use the action key. You know what, we might pop a medpack for good measure. No Lara, we don't care about guns. Guns hurt people. Oh my god, really? Come on, our time could have been so good. And let's just sprint across the dome of St. Paul's Cathedral. all the way across the mercenaries whom we are absolutely gonna ignore, and into the final cutscene. So there we go. Finished Thames Wharf level in less than 1 minute. We did it in 35 seconds. I feel like we would have done an even better job should I not trigger that slippery slope and make it in half a minute. But yeah. So this is how you unlock the I'm Just Local achievement. Again, thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of my least favorite level of Tomb Raider 3, but that means it's just gonna get better and more interesting from down here, and I absolutely love Old Witch that will come after. Now I'm gonna say my goodbye to you, but not before I thank my absolutely amazing patrons. Blankgoopel, Mick, Severin Drax, Enstickle, Katie Danger, and Pooh the 2. Thank you guys so much for being my loyal Winstons and for treating myself and Lara to a delicious cup of Earl Grey tea. I would also like to give big thanks to my caretaker Winstons, Michael McConkie, Karavetu, Renegade Durney, and Blanket Fox. Thank you guys so much for your support of the channel and also for patching up Lara's torn catsuit, keeping her warm and decent at the same time. Next, I would like to give very special thanks to both of my brave veteran Winstons, Andrea Pavilianiti and Alexander. Thank you guys so much for your support of the channel and also for instilling the virtue into young Lara that she is indeed an English woman and making her go through Royal Air Force training. Thanks to your training, putting it into practice today, we've been able to unlock the I'm Just a Local achievement. And finally, I would like to give one very special thanks to my one and only fine vintage Winston, Akira Foxmind. Thank you so much for your long and generous support of the channel, and finally today we got to see the fruits of your St. Paul's Cathedral restoration labor. It was incredibly cathartic for me, especially since as a kid I spent such a long time staring at this poster to finally see the dome of St. Paul's Cathedral being done justice, and all this was made possible thanks to your restoration efforts. Thank you so much. And on a final note, I'd like to say thanks to my free Patreon members as well as to you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed my least favorite level of Tomb Raider 3. I absolutely hate it, but hey, I try to have fun and not to let my hate of this level rub off on you guys, but I'll let you be the judge of that. And honestly, I feel like the weather in this level, and generally us being in the London chapter of the game, really reflects the fact that it's January and it's cold, it's damp, and it's rainy, if not snowy at points. How very appropriate. Now without further ado, I'm gonna be cracking down on a much larger and longer level that, unlike this one, I absolutely love, and that is gonna be Old Witch. I absolutely can't wait. It has absolutely perfect atmosphere of isolation and dread, and that's exactly where I'm gonna see you next. Until then, I wish you guys happy raiding in 2025.